The portal towards the future. There was once a family consisting of two children, one girl and its parents. This family was in a holiday with its family that had just come from a trip of 1 year in Africa. The parents of the children, Beryl and Fernando, were concerned about that in the garden of his house there was a portal that was leaning of different dimensions, and its children were enrolling them since they meet entering this portal incidentally, and when they returned, they realized that the time had not continued. Then they decided to conceal the portal and not tell anybody what had happened. The portal only was kidnapping the people if they were making something bad, as for example, to throw garbage to the environment. But the parents did not want that was happening. It happened. The smallest child, Carlos, who just was 6 years old, ate a sweet, and incidentally it dumped a small ball on the portal. Carlos at first he was not feeling anything, but then he felt a very strong pain in the breast. He felt as if they had stabbed it. When its parents found out, they went immediately to the hospital. In the hospital, the doctor said that Carlos' illness had never been seen, but the pain at times was taking him from itself, so they could take it to house after surgery. Since the sweet had eaten up, had returned to an infection. While they were doing the surgery, Carlos, in its head, it heard a voice that he was saying to him, enter the portal, here we will take care of you later. After the surgery, they came to house and Carlos was running where its sister, Ashley, and its brother, Brian, and his brother Brian. He told them everything even sent between the three. They they took the decision of entering the portal without saying to its parents. When they entered the portal, Carlos heard a voice that was saying, to find the antidote, you will have to spend all the possets and pitfalls. There were three ways: red, yellow, and one green. The children split each one of a way, one for each. To Ashley it touched the best way of all. It was the red way. That there was a lot of food, the blue sky, the flowers of many colors. She was happy. She ate a little bit and packed meal for its brothers. Brian hit the desert and the winter road. In a half was desert and in the other was winter. Carlos hit the terror way. There was all the things that scared Carlos. After a few months trying to spend all the pitfalls and monsters, they meet the worst thing, a dragon of 9 heads. To the defenseless brothers and poor Carlos dying already tired of combat the dragon, but reality the dragon ate Brian and Ashley. Scared Carlos think and think. He remembered the knife that was in the Ashley's backpack, and with his last forces he cut off the dragon belly and took out his his two brothers. Before his brothers embracing Carlos, they realized that he was not already breathing. With tears in the eyes, Ashley saw the antidote. She took it and gave to him, for he drank it. Carlos had recovered. His brothers hugged him and decided to go home. When the three brothers came to home and went to greet their parents, they noticed that the house was abandoned. They asked a neighbor that had happened to the house, and the neighbor told them that the house had 100 years ago parents who had lost their children and who had gone to look for them and never saw each other. They considered themselves dead. The children cried and cried, but they think that if they defeat a dragon and could pass all the traps and passages, life in the earth will be easy. The end.